on this day and every day for their loved ones.
And John and Carrie and Amanda, as we've been talking this weekend as we've reconnected, it's now connected to the Boston Marathon.
It is.
Boston Marathon, you think about that.
It is, but I am amazed at how it has turned into such a rallying point. It's not just remembrance, but how people have been buoyed by that and have pushed on, and how every year it's not just the victims that are remembered, it is the first responders, the firefighters, the police, the EMTs that came through and did.
So I was actually back in my hotel room, just a few blocks from the finish line, and I was asleep. And I had no idea that it happened, and I woke up to dozens and dozens and dozens of missed messages and calls on my phone asking where I was and if I was okay. And that's when I turned on the TV and saw what was happening out on the street.
Yeah, and that happened for so many of us that had friends that were running, even though I wasn't here. I'm texting friends right where are you? Hey, where are you? And what's going on? And but we moved by that, and we have celebrated the response to that and Boston Strong and all that were there and contributed on that day. So we go back and take an eye look at Hopkins, where the men's race is about to start. We're getting ready for that. Evans Chibet is the guy who is the two-time defending champ. But again,
we're all back from a year ago to toe the line in Hopkinton and give it another run for the finish line in Boston. Kenya's Evans Chibet is in search of his third straight win, and you have to believe the temptation of a tantalizing three-peat makes him the favorite.
I ran, yeah, because I ran this race.
He shaved 57 seconds off his 2022 title. His closest competitor, Gabriel Gay.
If it's possible, I'll be so happy.
Numbers 4 and 5 are Kenya's Albert Korir and Zuhair Talbi of Morocco. I caught up to the 29-year-old in New York last month when he finished second at the New York City Half.
If I can finish first in Boston, that would be a huge, result for me. That would be like something that will that would carry throughout my career. It would be like a proud time for me.
He has been chipping away each of the past 4 years, hoping to end up on the podium in the 128th edition of this storied race.
I'm very excited. Yeah, the course is fantastic.
he's been here second, he has been here fourth.
Yep.
Brian Katana, who you mentioned, he is a training partner of Evans Chibet. There you see Cisse Lima, who's got the fourth fastest time all time, but has had a horrible record here in Boston.
2 DNFs.
And a 30th when he come through. So they introduce name of the crowd. Now you notice, again, big race names on the bibs, last names, Gay last name. If you win, you get to be on a first name basis with the crowd. So when you get over here to see Evans Chibet, you'll know him because it just says Evans. That's the guy. So we're down to not quite a minute beforehand. So, like, I don't know how your heart's not pumping Kool-Aid at this point.
Oh, we're looking at Elkanah Kabat. I mean, he is coming off that 4th place finish. That is the hardest place to finish at the Olympic Games and at the Olympic trials. But he's thrilled to be here. And you know what? He said he wants top 5, but he wants the win as well. He thinks big, he believes big, and he just is so excited to be here.
Now we'll get into what a top 5 finish would mean for him and Leonard Career as well. And there's the champ.
Yeah, Evans, you know, he hasn't had quite the build that maybe he has in the past, but he said he's strong, he's fit, he's had an Achilles injury, but sometimes those injuries make us stronger physically, mentally. Our soul just kind of like bleeds to get back out there, and that's what Evans seems to have right now.
Hasn't raced in years, had an Achilles problem, unable to defend his championship in New York City last year because he was one of the few people that has gone on and won both Boston and New York in the same year. Evans Chibet trying to become the first three-peater since Robert Kipkoech-Cherry 2006 to 2008. But it is, it's race time, so you don't need to hear that from me. Mutai in 2011. Start the clock. They need more cowbell as they go down that first mile. Downhill, everybody feels froggy when they get out there. It's, you know, you hear every runner, 100-meter runners go, you got got to be patient, which always is to me is oxymoron. You got 9.5 seconds, dude. You don't get that time to be patient. Marathon, you need to actually be patient. Even if you're going to run 2:03, there's patience involved.
Yeah, I spoke to 5 of the champions that are here in the professional field, and every single one of them said patience on this course especially. And you know what, getting off the line fast, almost doing like a little sprint, like get the heart rate going a little bit, that's okay. But now you kind of have to settle in here and start thinking about racing.
Athletes getting ready to compete here in Boston.
The bar has been raised, a historically fast women's field led by the defending champion Helen O'Geary. No longer an unfamiliar rookie, she's won 2 of her first 3 career marathons.
Marathon is not about how you start, it's about how you finish. So for me, going to Boston, patience was the best key thing.
O'Geary will have serious competition from this year's field. The fastest, Ethiopians Hiwa Gebremariam and Tadu Tishome both have posted sub-2:18s. The American contingent is also very strong. Sarah Hall and Caroline Rotich just missed making this year's Olympic team, taking 5th and 6th at trials. Des Linden, always a fan favorite for her 2018 win in the stormy conditions, is back.
I think shortly after that, I was running at home on a day like that, and I was really frustrated because no one would offer me a ride home. That's just where she thrives.
And Jenny Simpson, Olympic medalist in the 1500, she'll make her Boston debut. But the one to watch could be Emma Bates, the top American finisher, taking 5th in last year's Boston Marathon.
I know that I can do whatever I put my mind to, because that's what I did last year. I said that I was going to do something, I stuck to that plan, and I executed it.
There's Emma Bates, 5th a year ago, couldn't make it to the trial. So really this for her is doubly huge, right?
Yes, and she's been all smiles, but you know, I said to her the other day, when you're looking at yourself in the mirror, on the elliptical, on the bike, you know you're just hungry as all get out to get back.
Quick update on the wheelers.
Marcel Hoop coming through the half marathon at 35:57. That's almost 3 minutes ahead of his half marathon pace from last year on this course. Eden Rainbow Cooper still about 1 minute and 10 seconds ahead of a chase pack of 5 women behind her, but she's on course record pace as well.
I had Hood last year 36:31 through the first half, which still he's pacing ahead going sub 36, and he came home in 40:35, which over the back half of this course is really quick.
Really
spicy.
Impressive. And not a bad idea to save a little bit for those climbs once you hit mile 16.
Well, right now he's got 3.5 minutes on Weir and Romanchuk, who are right together. At some point you think, oh, maybe they could work together, but I don't know that you can work together and get 3.5 minutes on that guy, as good as he's been, and even Rainbow.
She doesn't even really like to go back and do track workouts, so she's really transitioned well, and she's just a winner.
By the way, we only about 20 seconds left, so we'll make this quick. Just behind her, Sharon Luque. How do you win the New York Marathon and only get in the 2nd row? Like, that's crazy. All right, we're about to go. You don't need to hear from me again. Let's hear from the PA and the gun, and let's get going. Run towards Boston.
Professional women's division off and running. Same destination as our previous start, 26.2 miles. No finish at Buckley Square.
We're 12 seconds in. Emma Hall just looked at her watch. Like, what could you do? I guess just to see if it started. Just to make sure it was rolling on. Emma Bates was wonderful in her news conference when they asked her about last year and when they were leading so deep. She's like, it's just freaking cool to lead the Boston Marathon.
Yeah, I mean, you could see that last year. She got this boost of energy when she moved to the front. And even though she didn't break the tape, she felt like that was a pretty big win. She went into last year's race thinking she could set the American record. I mean, she really was confident. And you know what? She's confident this year, too. We haven't seen her race, but that is Emma Bates' MO. She doesn't race a ton. She knows how to get it done in practice, whether it's race simulation, time trials, whatever it is. She builds her confidence from week after week, workout after workout.
You're one of the few places on this course that's not lined with people. There are a lot of places where it gets really loud as we look at the women's professional field and Tadu Teshoma. 2:17:36